Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is FPLElmer. So I'm going to be going through my UEFA Matchday 15 team selection. Yes, we're coming to the back end of the UEFA Fantasy, and it has been a very good season for me, especially lingering in the top 2000, around 2500. We're going to see it in a few. So yeah, so for this game week, it is pretty straightforward. First leg, semi-final. And before I get into my team selection, if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe, leave a like, share, and hit that bell. You don't miss any content going up on the channel. And I also upload shorts, which have been getting tons and tons of views. So make sure you go check them out for shorter content. And also check out my socials. Links are down in the description. And not wasting any much time, let's get straight into it. So first, I'm going to start off with my Matchday 14 team review, where I managed to score 58 points. So a little bit disappointing, and that for Matchday 15, we can be able to improve on that as we push for top 2017 places away, and it's not unachievable. So we had Courtois in goal, 7 points. We had Nuno Mendes, Pavard, and Hakimi on 8 points. Then we had Bastoni on 2 points, same as Olise, Rafinha, and Bellingham all blanking as well. And then Dembele with 8 points, and then Mbappe blanking for 4 points, and Kane 6 goals, but they were eliminated. So a lot of eliminations from matchday 14, which forces us to use 5 transfers for matchday 15. So now let's look at what matchday 15 has in store for us. So this is what matchday 15 is going to be looking like. Now starting off the goalkeepers and the defenders, as I've mentioned earlier, I'm going to be using all my 5 transfers. So we'll be having Raya and Chesney in goal. Unfortunately, I think no, I think one of the goalkeepers was removed. So we're going to be having a Raya in goal and Chesney in goal. They do play on different days, so that's why I've gone for that pairing. I think Donnarumma is so. I think Arsenal will have a chance of scoring, so that's why I'm going for Donnarumma. And as we saw, Arsenal have like small chance of keeping a clean sheet, same as Barcelona, who can keep clean sheets in there. Also going for them, but Inter is a very attacking side. Although they've failed to score in their last 3 games in Serie A and in the Coppa Italia, so there's still a slight chance for a clean sheet there. Then we have Kunde, just the same reasons as Chesney, chance for a clean sheet, and Kunde is very attacking. He did score a wonderful goal in the Clasico during the weekend. As we have gone for him in there. Then we're having Hakimi and Nuno Mendes. I think they're very attacking. It's hard to not have either of them in the team, but I do feel a little bit lacking of not having either Timber or Saliba in there, so I might change that before the deadline. But for now, we have Hakimi and Nuno Mendes. Then we have Pavard and Bastoni. I think although Inter do concede some few goals here and there, they've been very strong defensively in the Champions League, and and there's a slight of very many variables in there. As Barcelona are very attacking as well. They have scored the most goals in Europe so far this season in all competitions, so they're very dangerous in front of goal. Maybe not going for the double pairing up for Inter is something to consider, but I do like the Pavard and Bastoni. Although I did watch the Inter Milan match, and Bastoni, I mean Pavard did pick up an injury, so it might be time to move him on and try to get in maybe Saliba or Timber in that centre back position in there. So that's the that's the defense and the goalkeeping department. A few changes could be made here and there, but for now I'm going to be having that. And yeah, but if you want to see my final team, I do post it on Instagram and all my socials. Links are down in the description. So now let's look at the midfield. So that's how the midfield is going to be looking like. We're going to be having Rafinha in there and Yamal all playing against Inter. I think this is one of the toughest matches in the semi-finals to call. I think it's going to be a very interesting match. Rafinha and Yamal, I think, just had to ignore either of them as they've been very good in front of goal, especially Rafinha and Yamal mainly for assists. Rafinha has been very good. He's also on penalties. I think with no Lewandowski, Rafinha is on penalties. So that's why I've gone for him in there, and Yamal just for the assist. So that's why he's in the team. Then you have Bukayo Saka and Martinelli. I think I've gone for those two in there because I think PSG have very suspectable in front in defense. They did concede, I think, 3 goals to Aston Villa. So what about Arsenal, who did score a lot of goals against Real Madrid? So a lot of variables in that match as well. Having double PSG defense and having double Arsenal attacking, but I think it's that time of the Champions League where we need to cover all bases, and that's why I'm going for that. Then we have Dembele finishing off the midfield. I think it's very good for PSG. Has been very good this season, and he's been very good in front of goal and assist here and there. So I'm not going for an Inter midfielder because I don't think there's any good midfielder, maybe apart from Hakan Çalhanoğlu, who is someone to watch out for. The likes of Barella don't really have an attacking returns, so maybe Hakan for the penalties. And yeah, so for now we're going to be going this midfield and hope it's going to be able to perform. Now let's look at the forward line. So this is how the forward line is going to be looking like. Going to be having Lewandowski in there, who's I don't know if he's going to be back or not. I think he's going to be injured. But since I only have 5 transfers, I'm going to be putting him in there and banking that he's going to be starting against that Inter team, where he can be able to cause some chaos. If he doesn't start, I think we're going to have to find a way to work with the forward. I think the teams remaining in the Champions League don't have forwards. PSG have Due, who's a forward, which is very, very interesting. That's why I've gone for him in there. As you can see, Thuram might be out. Arsenal don't have any forward. Um, Barcelona only have Lewandowski, so it's a very tight the forward line. So that's why I've just gone for Lewandowski. I've gone for Due because he might start against Arsenal, and he's a forward playing midfield. So that's very interesting how he's a forward. Gonzalo Ramos doesn't play, so yeah. Then we have Martinez finishing off the team against Barcelona. Hasn't been looking good in front of goal in the Serie A and Coppa Italia, but I hope that against Barcelona can be able to turn up because I think Inter are very good and I hope they're going to go through as well. And I hope that also PSG will go through, that we can have a PSG versus Inter final, which is going to be very, very good and very competitive and a hard one to call. So that's the team for match day 15. A few changes could be made here and there. And as I've said before, I do post my team on my socials. Links are down in the description. In the description, sorry. And that's posting. And yeah, if you've managed to reach this far, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And also put down a comment saying hello if you managed to reach this far. And I'll see you all guys later. Bye bye.